Hello once again, YouTube family. It's Warren coming at you. Before I begin, please don't forget, you know the routine. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to title this one Happy Hour because I'm sure we all have something to be happy for. And considering that I'm naming it Happy Hour, cheers to you all. On myself, I'm happy to have survived a lot of years of ups and downs, made it to this graceful old man age that I'm happy to be in. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I'm happy to still be able to get up and be able to go to work, gainfully employed, although I do want to retire. I'm happy for my health, which, we all have health problems, but overall it's all right, not tip top. I won't be running marathons for the next, 5 years, but walking is good. But overall, everything, I really have no complaints. And a lot of times I get on here and I gripe about little things. And then once it comes out thinking about it, was it really even worth me mentioning that? It hasn't been anything too crazy that I want to put on the table. But I would like to know, how do you all find happiness? What are some of the things that you do? Let's say after work, when you come home, you want to unwind. Drop some comments, give me some ideas of some of the things that you like to do once you're settling in for the night, whether it's reading a good book. Although I hate to read, you can read the book to me. Oh my God, I hate reading. I really do. I'm at the point to where I can sit at work and read specifications and I'm drifting out of the window. It's like I literally see myself leaving myself, going on the other side of the window out there in that beautiful sunshine. But if reading is your thing, hey, read me a book, read me a couple of paragraphs. I don't mind. We become friends. We never know. We might can exchange numbers. You probably can call me and read me a paragraph or two. I don't know. Is it television? What television shows do you prefer? What type of TV shows do you watch to help you relax? Mine is more on leaning more towards the how-to stuff. I'm constantly watching RV shows or great adventure type shows and fix-it type shows, watching them rebuild trucks. I don't know why I'm watching all this stuff, but I find it fascinating. I am not a big sports buff, so I'm not following the seasonal sporting teams. I like to learn things, I'm like to get on YouTube and try to figure it out or tinker about it and do my research and my homework and all these things and like to read posts and see what everybody else is thinking. And as far as phone conversations, I've tried to keep my phone calls to a minimum, which I think has been more of a problem because when I meet somebody new, that new wears off kind of quick for me as far as being on the phone. I cannot talk to you 4 times a day. And each conversation is an hour about what we talked about yesterday. It's becoming more repetitive. So that's one of the things I'm really not too happy about. The fact that long-term conversations. I mean, I like to have a great conversation, but if I can't get you out of that safety zone of I'm over here, I'm safe, I could talk about this, I'll get bored. And a lot of times people get bored with me because I find myself doing the same thing. I mean, would you want me to call you every day and you ask me, of course we're going to ask each other how we're doing, ask you what you had for dinner, how's work, what happened today. I mean, pretty much the same as yesterday, except for yesterday it rained, today it did. That's pretty much all I can tell somebody. What are some of your interests? My interest right now, like I've been saying, the more I say it, the more I'm going to mess around and speak it into existence. It's camping. I'm thinking about this spring or this summer doing a couple of weekend getaways. And I'm going to start off renting a cabin and see how I like it. And I want to go to the campsites that have both cabins and RVs. So when I get there, as I make my rounds or as I ride my bike through the campsite or whatever I decide to do and You see the friendly people, you can wave at them, speak to them, talk to them about their particular experiences with that particular RV. The same way I do when I watch them on YouTube, but I feel like you learn a lot more when you're face to face talking to these people that have lived that life. Because, we have people that has been doing RVing for 50 years. So I really want to get into it. And by RV, I really do mean a travel trailer. Nothing bigger than 16 feet long, basic travel trailer that could sleep 2 people comfortably and, have all the amenities that's needed for a weekend getaway. I don't think it'll be a situation where I would be docking for 2 weeks with somebody and we start to feel cramped. Even if it came to that, every night won't be spent inside the travel trailer. I will have a tent. I want to camp out, man. When I say I want to go to a campsite, I want to do the whole thing. And so I've already been pricing them, and the price range I want to be in, I've seen some very attractive offers. And by the way, we do have a camping and RV show coming up, I think the weekend of the 21st here. And I'm going to attend that one like I did a couple of months ago and look around again and really think about the payload, where I want to be as far as the weight of that particular unit, because I want to be able to use it with whatever vehicle I decide to. A lot of them are becoming a lot more lightweight now, where a standard SUV can pull it. You can pull with it, but you can't overload it. So you have to be mindful of that. That's why I said it'll be a weekender type thing. So if somebody comes with me, they won't need to bring 4 suitcases full of clothes. Backpack, enough for maybe, if it's a weekend trip, enough for maybe a week's worth of clothes, just in case, because you never know what might happen. And so it's one of the things that's been on my mind, my travel adventures. I'm still not ready to hop on a cruise ship because, like I always say, that's too much water for me to drink. I'm not that intrigued about cruise ships. Eventually, I will get around to booking me a cruise, and I have mentioned it a couple of times to a couple of friends or whatever, and they're instantly inviting themselves to come along. No, this is not an invitation. I'm simply saying I am going to book a trip. I'm way past that trying to rely on friends that's going to put you down at the end. Not all of them, but you've done it enough. You've seen it enough. And you get to a certain point in your life that you want to experience some things by yourself. And I'm looking forward to some of these adventures and doing a lot of things on my own, because I can be on my own schedule, with the amount of vacation time that I get every year, and I learn how to stretch it out. I can be gone from Wednesday to Wednesday and factor in the 2 off days in between that to extend my vacation time. And not only that, you're taking advantage of some of the weekday specials. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean I always have to be the weekend. I'm going to enjoy my camping trip, whether it's a Saturday night or it's a Thursday night, whether, the weather's right. You're still going to enjoy it. You're still going to get out there and put some hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill. So it's still going to be the same thing. I know some of these campsites, they have weekend activities. So if I check in Thursday, I'll probably stay till Sunday morning and take advantage of some of the weekend activities. But the thing about the midweek swing, a lot of times you could take advantage of the discounted rates. So I'm looking into discount rates and things of that nature. A couple of people suggested I rent one travel trailer first, in which that was my full intent, was to rent one. And, I want to rent it right in the price range of what I'm intending on buying. I'm not getting shell shocked. Although I did go to the last RV and camping show, I went into some stuff that I had no business sitting in, because I do not have $200,000 to put on an RV. They were nice. Trust me, they were. But I would have to live in that thing full time. Now, that's what a lot of people do. You can work remotely. You're living in it. So everybody doing things differently, whatever's more comfortable for them. And the more I've watched these videos on RV shows and camping, I see a lot of couples where they have been together for many years and they sold pretty much all their property and everything, and they live full time traveling in RV and working remotely. So they made it work for them because, they were tired of being in the same location all the time. And I don't know if I would go that far as trying to do something like that, but if my company allowed it, I probably would take off maybe a month to see if I like doing that, because I don't know if I would like to be cramped up. It's a beautiful day and you sitting out at the shore, sitting at somebody's beach, and you trying to do work, and it wouldn't work for me, because I already know my attention span already is short. I wouldn't get any work done. But I would like to hear some of you guys' comments or read them on what are your thoughts on camping, some of the most adventurous things you've done, national parks that you visited. I would like to read some of these things, because I'm very curious as to what so many people that have gotten on YouTube that are 50 and older that are getting into this thing and reaching out. And a lot of us is keeping it very plain, very straightforward. And I'm interested in knowing what other people are doing on their spare time. And I would like to know how far away my reach is. I did put in the United States, but if you're managing to pick me up somewhere else, if you want to drop a comment, let me know where you are. I don't need your address, of course. You just give me basic country and city, maybe. I just want to know how far my reach have gotten. I'm curious to know if somebody's on the other side of the globe from the United States have managed to pull me into their household to take time out to listen to me ramble on. And I'll call it rambling on because that's exactly what it is. I don't really have a niche. I really don't have a genre. I'm not doing a cooking show. If you want me to do one, I will. You want to watch me make coffee in the morning, I get on here and make my coffee. But, just day-to-day things. Once my workload slows down, I probably will be checking in from the plush office cubicle that I have, and maybe just do some live check-ins, as I work, things of that nature, my day-to-day activities. Because I have subscribed to 3 different people, I believe. And that's pretty much what they do. They just do their day-to-day activity. One young lady, she's working from home. She's over there working and talking to her subscribers while she works, just checking in with people. And it's a good way to stay up on a lot of things, because a lot of times, you could be that voice of reason to a lot of people, because out there on the other side of this camera and around the globe, there are some people that's probably going through a lot of things and that are in some bad situations. And they might want to hear from a regular old guy like myself that's not overselling anything, that's not hoopla, that's not screaming. And trust me, I'm going to have those kind of videos. I'm going to have those overly excited videos. I get elevated sometime when I'm doing my story time, or my truth time, as I like to call it. But I'm more at peace when I'm by myself. So I'm still trying to get beyond thinking I'm looking at the back of this camera and I'm talking to a phone. I got to remember that I'm talking to a lot of people. So what do I need to do to get over that? Maybe put a mirror on the other side, look at myself, or maybe put some fake backgrounds back there and just look at a collage of people. I don't know. I thought about doing that. I even did one that I think that came out pretty good. I did a video and I had my television on in the background, but the volume down, and I was watching, I don't know, one of those ASMR things where people were just walking through the park, and it gave me the sense of like I was outside, and that tended to work. So I guess with that being said, whatever works for you will work for you. It may not work for me. So I think I'm gonna start doing that more often. I'm just gonna have the TV in the background, just something to visually see people, because I can't get over the fact that I'm sitting here talking to the back of a phone. And I know it's for a good reason. I know it's for, you get your subscribers, it's for content. I know that, but I have to get beyond that. I'm staring at this phone and looking into this bright light. Kind of reminds me of getting an eye exam, and I'm trying not to stare too deeply into it. And another thing, I want to talk about lighting. I don't have a fancy, studio or anything like that. I'm looking at different corners or different angles in here to where I maybe can put something together, but it's way too early for that. It's way too early. I'm not going to put that much out into this right now. And I'm looking at some ideas as far as a backdrop and things of that nature. But it's, it's kind of early right now. Besides, I don't want to overdo it. And it just looks like it's not me. I might go with maybe lean towards more of an industrial type theme as a background. I really just don't know yet. And that might involve metal, steel, blues and grays. I don't know yet. I like some of the backdrops that I've seen, but they're all tend to be carbon copies of each other's, which the softer backgrounds, and I like them. I'm not complaining about them, but I think I want to do something a little bit different. If I, once I get to that, I really don't know yet. And I'm working on doing a interview. I got one or two young ladies that agreed that when the time permits, they might want to interview me, and I'm gonna post my interview with them where we're just talking about growing up, things I experienced. I think in an interview format, I can really share a lot more. And those of you that know me know I'm not about to tell your business. I'm not naming you. I'm not gonna drop a dime on you. I promise I won't. I might mention some things about you, but I'm not gonna tell your name. And so it's just about good communication with people that I've known. That probably was going to be the nature of that particular interview. People that's coming in and out of my life and how I treated them, and whether I think I may have mistreated somebody, and it may give me time to reflect on some things. And as I get more into it, I probably can really give a personal apology, not only to them after the video, but maybe live. So I don't know how that's gonna go, or I just been throwing around some ideas. And I've gotten a couple of comments and people have given me a couple of ideas, and I kind of like them. That's going to be on a low cost budget side, because like I said, I'm not on Amazon right now looking to invest in a new camera, a new stand. This stand I had before I even started YouTube, I bought it for I don't know what reason. Matter of fact, I bought this stand last November, and it was a markdown. I paid like $5 for it. I said it'd come in handy because I couldn't find my old tripod, so I bought one. Now here I am using it. I don't need to do a lot of fancy things, the fancy editing. I did play around with editing again today when I had some free time, and I looked at the amount of time I spent doing that. What I would like to do is just bring y'all raw content. Excuse my stumbles, excuse me if I'm stuttering a little bit, if a word does not come out right, I'm mispronouncing things, or I'm going too fast. This is human nature. So you're getting an actual human. You're not getting an AI. So this is who I am. I can go back and probably edit out some things and try to drop a word in here or there, but how about I just keep it plain and simple and just be as real as I possibly can be? Because a lot of you that are out there that's watching these YouTube channels, you keeping your day-to-day life real. I don't need to be fake about anything. So I think that's gonna be my niche. If I say it, I had to find a niche. How do you say it? Niche? It would be to keep things real, keep things on the up and up, and just bring you strictly raw day-to-day footage as I see it. That's all I can offer. I might get to a point where I may do a skit or two. I don't know if I want to do skits. I think I clown around with enough people as it is. So the only kind of skit you probably get from me, if I just happen to be hanging out and we're all having a great time and I just hit the record button and we just going at it, that might be the only skit you would get from me. But I don't think I would sit here and daily have you watch me eat the hottest ghost pepper, or watch me do a food review. And I like those shows, but I'm not finna sit here and do all those, because how many times can it be done? Keeping it natural, keeping it laid back, keeping it raw, and hopefully as much unedited and unfiltered as possible is more so where I want to be. And like I've said lately in the last few of my videos, I do want to thank each and every one of you that has subscribed And if you're still watching and unsure whether or not you want to subscribe to my channel, see what I mean about a blooper? I'm asking you to just simply subscribe. You know, something good can come out of it. You know, so just like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fancy words that have been thrown around on YouTube that, we all need to be trained to continue to say. A couple of videos, I won't even mention it because I might be on my hot box that day. And I don't mean smoking. So, like I was saying, if you're new here and you just now picking up my video, I encourage you to subscribe. And because here again, I am getting more and more intrigued watching my subscribers grow from when I had the first 2. And I was, oh, this is going to be great. This is easy. And the reason why I kind of stalled out because I went on a stretch. I didn't do anything. I had time to do it. I could just pop up a video here or there, but I just had other things going on. And now that it has slowly started to climb, and once again, I know those of you that's been doing YouTube for a while, oh man, he's all excited. He only has 320 or 300 subscribers. Well, that's more than what I had last week or last month. And I am a newbie with this. So I want to get my subscribers up. My main thing is I'm watching my analytics grow. I'm watching my subscribers grow. I'm not that concerned on being monetized. Like I say, if it comes, when it comes, that's even great. But right now I'm like, man, I'm actually reaching people. So I'm glad of that. And the more I reach, and I'm sure this is where a lot of beginners, they started out, the more they reach, the more opportunities they found to create more videos. So I'm watching my wheel slowly gain momentum, and I'm enjoying the ride as it is. So whether I'm posting about a vehicle or whether I'm posting about a friend, whether I'm posting about myself, I might go deep into my blues one night. I might put on some old whiskey blues in the background and just, tell you some dark stories. Not so much as sad ones, but some things that I reflect on, from back in the day. How did I get to this point? And I'm glad I made the right turns that I did, even though I still had to deal with a lot of mess along the way in the private sector, as far as working for private companies and their ways and things of that nature. And there's no slander against the company. I'm just saying it happens. And especially among different races. So, but overall, I am happy to be in the position I'm in right now. And, things are going great for me. And I hope it's going great for you too. And for those of you that managed to find my video and you may be on hard times and things may not be going well for you, the only thing I can suggest right now is you just keep on trying. Changes didn't come my way overnight. From that time that I felt like everything had came to an immediate halt, and once I just brushed my hands with it and said I wasn't gonna let it trouble my heart anymore, things instantly started to turn around. And it's a slow road. I'm not in a hurry. Like a lot of people always say, every time I meet somebody that's from up north, y'all slow down here in the South. Well, I am that. I'm slow. I'm relaxed. I may talk fast, but I'm going to move at a steady pace. That's what I do. I'm in no rush. So I know there are a lot of good things that's going to come. I've made up my mind to do a lot of changes this year. Some things that I let fall off last year, this time that I said I was going to do. So now I'm more focused on it. I'm putting myself in those positions to where I can dedicate more time to the things I need to dedicate time to, in my personal life. So those things I'm getting better at it, and it's a slow process. And sometimes it's good to take your time to do things and have these slow moments, and to have these moments to where you could maybe just reach out and check up on somebody, see how they're doing. And give them some kind of encouragement, no matter what it is. Because sometimes you never know what somebody's going through. Yeah, I appreciate when people do think enough for me to call me and ask me how I'm doing. I do. And I think we all do. We all could have that special friend or somebody to lean on, even if it's just going to a ball game, if that's your thing. I haven't been to a ball game in a long time, but whatever makes you feel good. Myself, I like to go bowling. I've gone several times that I didn't even bother telling anybody. I just went. I wanted to have a nice evening out, and I went bowling. I even own my own shoes, so I just enjoy doing certain things. And when it's time to meet up with friends and whatever, I'll call them and we'll meet up. But I keep that even doing pleasant hours. I don't need to be out late at night. There's nothing out there that late at night for me. Plus, I like my sleep. I enjoy my sleep. But anyway, there's not a whole lot going on in my world. I'm looking forward to reading more comments. That's really basically why I got on here, to encourage you all to send me comments, send me some YouTube show ideas, if you will. Bounce some ideas off each other. Give me some guidelines if you have it. And for those of you that has been doing it for a while, before you send me links to watch another video on how to increase your membership and subscribers and monetization, can you, if it's short and to the point, those kind I like. I can't get through a video if somebody's telling me they're going to tell me how to do something and it's 15 minutes in, they still haven't told me how to do it. So if it's self-help, if it's learning videos, I can fast forward through all that. I know it, but sometimes it's a selling process. And I know that's what a lot of people are doing. And I think I'm doing it on some of my videos, longevity, but sometimes you don't always have to have a long video to get your point across. So if you're going to help somebody, send me something like that. I would appreciate it. Even if it's a long one, I can speed it up. But I'm saying I've watched a lot of them, and some of the things I've watched, I picked up a couple of good hints this morning, and I made some changes in my settings because of that. And I'm going to see how that plays out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep getting on here and keep reaching out, because somewhere out there, I feel like I'm reaching a few people that probably really need this type of conversation that's not geared toward me selling you anything. I'm not trying to make you to get up off the couch. I'm not belittling anybody, even though I do like to talk trash to certain people. But, sometimes people just like me. I'll get on there and watch anybody's YouTube show, their video. I watch it, especially if they're doing something from home, or if they're cooking while they talk, or I got one or two people that I subscribe to, and that's mainly what they do. They'll talk to you, they give you ideas, they're cooking, and I enjoy their shows because it's more natural. I've seen this one particular guy, all of his videos, he don't even edit them. He just give it that one take. He say he do one take videos. So whatever's in there is in there. I'm sure he probably went back and tweaked a little bit somewhere, but it looks more natural. And I like that. And I'm going to strive to be as natural as I can and maintain that as I post my videos. I'm going to try my best to stay that way. I don't want to get too commercial and start having you follow me from here to that platform, to that platform, to that platform. I'm not investing that much time out of my day to try to manage all those platforms, unless it's bringing me in a lot of money and I've quit my job. And then even at that, I'm going to have to hire an assistant. So I wouldn't want to do that right now. So just, teach his own. I know a lot of you love doing that. And I'm glad y'all do it because I like your content. Keep them coming. But it's not something that I think I will do. I don't want to invest that much time. I want to do mine as I get it in. I think today being Monday, this may be my 4th or 5th video. A couple of them was really short, but I had a little bit more free time today. So that's why I did it. I felt more relaxed today being on Monday and going to work and not being uptight. Because there's only so much you can do. You can talk to people at work till you're blue in the face and tell them about, scheduling and projects. They're not trying to hear you because a lot of companies and corporations, the bottom line is their profit. And I do understand that, but a lot of times, You're going to work yourselves, you're going to work all your employees until they be walking out the door. Then where's your profit? So I'm not trying to be stressed out. Last week, they tried me last week. But this week, I made a conscious decision. Once I go to work Monday, which was today, I'm going to speak my mind on certain things. And hopefully they can really understand. And that was it. So I'm not going to be up middle of the night worried about projects and deadlines and all that stuff that's unforeseen. Because, like I said, I enjoy my job, whatever that may be. I don't need to tell y'all, but, being salaried, and I know they like to think that, you're salary, so we pay you enough to compensate for the overtime you may put in. No, you do not. No, you do not. You don't. There's not enough buffer in that salary to warrant me giving you an extra 15, 20 hours a week. I'm not that person. It would take a little bit more money. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Some people they can't help it. They're in that position. They're stuck. And they have to do it. But a lot of companies are getting over on their salaried employees because of that. And I can speak on that positively, because when I was hourly and I needed to stay at work late, or I needed to work weekends, they wouldn't give me the top opportunity to do it. They would probably put somebody else on the project to help out. So I couldn't make that extra money. But now, fast forward years later, you up on your salary now. Well, you can always stay a little bit later. No, I can't. Because to me, that's still working for free, because I didn't get that much a bump that I consider to be compensation for that extra 15, 20 hours that I might end up working. And I'm not going against the grain. I'm not fighting. I'm not, sticking it to the man, as they say. I'm just saying I work for a reason, to be able to provide. And to give you all of that free labor, it's going to take away from something else. Whether it be my alone time on the couch, or my afternoon walk, or spending time with somebody, or whatever I may choose to do in that afternoon, I'm giving all these hours that's basically being given away for free. That's just the way I see it. And for those that are at that salary level, to where it's nothing for them to work those extra hours, because, they're making a lot of money. But you have to keep in mind, a lot of people that are salary still have evening and afternoon activities that they must attend to. So we have to still do it. So when you're in that position, if some of you are, please don't let that job stress you out. Be honest with your supervisor or your management team that that you have previous engagements that where you can't afford to miss. Because a lot of you may have part-time evening jobs, and you may have a full-time salary job. So now what you're going to do, you're going to quit your evening job and work these salary overtime hours, and now you're going to be in the hole. See, that's what a lot of times they understand. It ain't their problem. And so I learned that a long time ago by being in these type of situations. So my problem is my problem. But I'm not going to make my life difficult just so your books gonna look good at the end of the year. What about me? And don't give me we get bonuses or we do that. Okay, I got all that, but back to what I'm saying. If I give you this time in this 2-week slot right now, these next 2 weeks, and if I have something else going on that's bringing me or generating money that I can't do, I'm losing money. And I think a lot of you may feel that way. Try to keep a healthy balance of your work schedules. Try to maintain that. Don't let anybody disturb that, because it's going to be, it's going to be awful for you in the long run. And I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't be talking about work, but it's so easy to slide down that slippery slope. I'm going to get off this soapbox I'm on once again. And for the meantime, I want you all to have a pleasant Monday evening or Tuesday morning, whenever this thing gets posted. And for those of you that are new and just now seeing my mug. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate all of the subscribers, and asking you all again, just hang in there. The content will come. The conversation is going to come. Some days will be up. Some days will be down. Some days I might be going completely sideways. We never know what's going to happen. But I hope it's going to be entertaining for somebody. I can't win them all, but I want to try to win my own fair share. So until then, you guys have a great afternoon. I will be talking to you really soon. Have a good night.